Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode corporate filings. Today we are looking at a company that just found itself in possession of some new real estate, whether they wanted it or not, so let's get into it. This is a look into a recent filing by Claros Mortgage Trust, and it tells a story about a loan gone bad, a foreclosure, and what happens when a lender ends up owning the property. Essentially, we are going to look at how sometimes things don't go as planned in the world of real estate finance. Things don't go as planned in the world of real estate finance. Before we start, if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below. Come join us. This report is triggered by an event that happened on July 1, 2025. This is when Claros Mortgage Trust, or CMTG, had a subsidiary that completed a mortgage foreclosure. What happened was Claros Mortgage Trust, through a subsidiary, foreclosed on two multifamily properties. These properties, located in Texas, were held as security, also known as collateral, for a loan. So basically, the company lent money to a bunch of companies, and those companies couldn't pay it back, which led to Claros Mortgage Trust taking control of the properties. The borrowers who couldn't repay the loan were Park West I LLC, Park West 2 LLC, and several other similar entities. These were unaffiliated third-party borrowers, meaning they weren't directly connected to Claros Mortgage Trust. Back in May of 2025, the company disclosed in their previous report that the loan was not collecting interest payments. It was rated as high risk and had a carrying value, which is the value after deducting reserves for potential losses, of $118 million. Now here's where it gets a bit interesting. The company plans to amend this report and update it within 71 days. That update will include the financial statements relating to the acquisition of the property. This is important because it will give a clearer picture of the financial impact of taking ownership of these properties acquired upon foreclosure. Now let's take a step back and talk about what happens when companies get into trouble like this and what it means for the company. In this case, Claros Mortgage Trust made a loan. The borrower couldn't pay, and now Claros Mortgage Trust owns the properties. This is not necessarily good or bad, but it is something to keep an eye on. It means the company has to manage these properties and try to get their money back, hopefully. So what is Claros Mortgage Trust anyway? Well, from what we can see here, they are a real estate investment trust, or REIT, that focuses on lending money for real estate projects. They make money by charging interest on these loans, but when borrowers can't pay, they have to take action. Like they did here by foreclosing on properties, this can create new challenges and opportunities for the company. Let's talk about it. From what the company states, they expect to update this report with new financial statements that will tell us more about the impact of this foreclosure. Things to look for include how easily they can manage the properties and potentially sell them for a good value. It can be quite a headache to get involved with managing real estate for REITs, and they can quickly become very difficult to dispose of. Now, my take on all of this is that Claros Mortgage Trust is facing a common but not ideal situation in the real estate lending business. The fact that they had to foreclose on these properties means that their initial investment didn't go as planned. It also showed that it had some loans that were underperforming. While it's good that they are taking steps to recover their investment. Managing foreclosed properties is not their core business. They're in the real estate lending business after all, not real estate management. The updated financial statements will be crucial in assessing the real impact of this event on the company's overall financial health. Risks? The main risk here is that the company might not be able to sell the properties for as much as they had hoped. This could result in a loss. There's also the risk that managing these properties will take up more resources, making the overhead higher while the company does it. Opportunities? On the flip side, there is the potential opportunity to turn these properties around, increase their value, and then sell them for a profit. This could potentially offset some of the initial losses from the loan. This would actually be ideal, but is much harder to make happen than one would expect. Additionally, it would be an indication that the company is turning around trouble loans. In conclusion, Claros Mortgage Trust's recent foreclosure highlights the risks involved in real estate lending, but it is not necessarily a signal of bad management. Whether they can effectively manage and sell these properties will determine whether this situation becomes a bump in the road or a major setback. Keep an eye on their financials and how they handle these properties, because it will tell a lot about their ability to navigate the challenges in the current market. Alright, that's our breakdown of Claros Mortgage Trust's latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.